You ever just look up at the night sky and get hit with that sense of wonder? Thinking about the whole story. I mean, not just about one star, but everything. Well, that's what we're diving into today. We're going to trace the entire biography of our universe, right from its very first breath to its well-predicted last. So, let's get into it.
Okay, so where does it all start? It's a bit of a paradox, really. Imagine an infinite silence, and then, out of that nothingness, comes this one eternal echo. Now, that might sound like poetry, but honestly, it's the best way we have to even try and describe the moment before moments. That one echo, that's what kicked off time, space, and literally everything you and I have ever known.
So, let's go right back to that first echo. This is chapter 1, the very beginning, the moment the cosmic clock actually started ticking.
All right, first things first, let's get something straight that a lot of people get wrong. The Big Bang, it wasn't some kind of giant explosion in space, like a cosmic firework. No, it was the expansion of space itself. Try to picture this. Everything, and I mean everything, all of reality, all the stuff that makes you, squished down into this single, infinitely hot, impossibly dense point. And then, whoosh, in an instant, it all started to expand, just unfurling the very fabric of the cosmos as it went.
And for a long, long time, we're talking 380,000 years, the universe was just this hot, dense, soupy mess of particles. Light couldn't go anywhere. It was constantly bouncing off all these free-roaming electrons, which basically turned the entire cosmos into this thick, opaque fog. You literally couldn't see a thing, because atoms hadn't formed yet to kind of grab those electrons and clear the air, so to speak.
So how did we get out of that primordial fog? How did the universe finally break free from the dark? Well, that brings us to our second chapter, Forging the First Light. This is the story of the moment the cosmos basically decided to flip the switch and turn on the lights.
And the stage for this incredible cosmic dawn was set in places we call stellar nurseries. Just picture these vast, cold, dark clouds of gas and dust hanging in space. And inside these quiet clouds, the universe's most patient and powerful builder got to work: gravity.
It's a slow process at first. Gravity just starts gently pulling these little clumps of gas and dust together. But as these pockets get denser and denser, the pressure and the temperature at the very center just skyrockets. It starts to glow, becoming what we call a protostar. And then comes the magic moment. The pressure gets so unbelievably intense that it ignites nuclear fusion. Hydrogen atoms start smashing together to become helium. And in the process, they release this incredible burst of energy and light. And boom! A star is born.
And just like that, with the birth of those very first stars, the cosmic dark ages were over. The universe turned on the lights. And for the first time, light could finally travel freely across a brand new, transparent cosmos.
Okay, this is where the story gets really, really personal. Because those first lights, they weren't just pushing back the darkness. They were actually creating the ingredients for us. This is chapter 3. We are all stardust.
You see, the early universe was pretty basic. It was made of pretty much just two things: hydrogen and helium. That's it. It didn't have any of the complex stuff you need to build planets or, life. All those heavier elements had to be made from scratch. And the cosmic factories that did all that heavy lifting, you guessed it, the stars.
So inside these stellar furnaces, through nuclear fusion, stars spend their entire lives forging new, heavier elements. Think about it. The carbon that makes up your DNA, the nitrogen in the air, the oxygen you're breathing right now, the iron in your blood, all of it. Every last bit was cooked up in the heart of a star billions and billions of years ago.
So next time you just, look your own hand, I want you to remember this. The very atoms that make you up were forged in the fiery core of a star that lived and died long, long before our own sun was even a twinkle in the cosmos's eye. It's not just a saying. You are, quite literally, made of stardust.
Okay, let's zoom out a bit, because stars, they don't tend to live alone. They gather together in these absolutely magnificent, sprawling cosmic cities we call galaxies. Welcome to Chapter 4, A Dance of Galaxies.
The story of galaxies is this epic saga of creation and collision. I mean, the very first small, sort of proto-galaxies started forming just a few 100 million years after the Big Bang. Then, over the next few billion years, they crashed into each other, merged, and grew into the enormous, beautiful spiral galaxies we see today, like our very own Milky Way. And believe me, this cosmic dance is far from over.
Right now, our galaxy is hurtling towards our neighbor, Andromeda. They're on a collision course, set to merge in about 4.5 billion years. So, mark your calendars.
So, just how many of these cosmic cities are actually out there? Well, our best estimate for the observable universe is, get ready for it, 2 trillion. That is a 2 with 12 zeros after it. 2 trillion galaxies. And each one of those has hundreds of billions of stars. The scale is it's almost impossible to wrap your head around.
But, every story, even one this grand, has an ending. After eons of brilliant light and incredible creation, the biography of our universe turns to its final, somber chapter, into the great silence. So, what is the ultimate fate of everything?
Well, the truth is, those engines that have lit up the cosmos for so long, they can't run forever. Just like they're born, all stars, every single one will eventually die. They simply run out of fuel. The smaller ones will just kind of fade away quietly into the darkness. But the really massive ones, they go out with a bang in these spectacular explosions called supernova, seeding the universe one last time with all those heavy elements they spent their lives creating.
And this leads us to the predicted future of the entire cosmos. Right now, we are living in the glorious, vibrant era of stars. But trillions and trillions of years from now, when that very last star finally flickers and dies, the universe will enter a totally new phase. It's called the era of degeneracy, and it will be a cold, dark, unbelievably vast emptiness, populated by nothing but the corpses of dead stars and the silent, patient gravity of black holes.
That great cosmic song, the one that started with that very first echo, it will eventually fade away. The endless expansion of the universe is just going to keep stretching all the heat and energy out thinner and thinner until everything approaches absolute zero. A final, perfect silence.
And that leaves us with one last big thought. Our existence, all of human history, all of life, all consciousness, it's really just a brief, brilliant little flash in this immense cosmic story. For this one short, beautiful moment, we are the universe's way of understanding itself. So my question to you is, if it all just ends in silence, then what was the meaning of its song?